Good morning. Happy Catterday, everyone. Alright, so it's going to go through another closer look video here and break down Lindsay a little bit here. So she's the next zombie I'm going to cover, and I really like Lindsay. It took me a long time to actually draw her from the zombie badges, but I finally did get her. I was so happy. And now I have two. And both leveled up fully. I would maybe even consider leveling a third one, that's for sure. Alright, so her rating is on Grack's list that he tracks is an A+. I tend to agree with pretty much all of that. She has a lot of versatility. She has a lot of synergy as well with different heroes. And then, of course, you get the family bonus if you're going to hook her up with another zombie. Like Spud. Or on a zombie defense with Billy Bob, Mr. Rarest hero in the game. On tanking and Lindsay and Spud on the sides of them. That's a pretty decent team. You get all that extra attack. So, and then the 10% chance of reviving, which is also super handy. So all around, she has fairly good defenses. Health, not so much. She's good on offense, she's good on defense, and she's good on the war machine. So that all contributes to the A+ rating. And it's well earned. Look at this special. This is awesome. 340% damage to the target as a sniper, and then the target's also going to receive poison damage over 3 turns. And on top of that, the target gets silenced for 3 turns. Well, why is silencing so good? This right here. Silenced heroes are unable to use their special skill. So I really like taking in the double Lindsay team on the High Noon event, which is the one that reflects yellow. So having a double Lindsay team is the bomb. I really like that team. Okay, so she doesn't have as much health as some of these other heroes if you compare. Calamity's at over 1200 here. This guy's pretty high at 1300. He's fairly high too. And she's fairly high. However, there's health weapons that you could put on her as well to help out with that. And by no means does that mean she's a bad hero in any respect. It's just a little bit lower health, but she has fairly high defenses too, which are, you're gonna have to get through the defenses to get at the health and destroy her, right? So that's all that means. Oh, and I guess we should cover the talent class. So she's assault class. So she does poison to the target, and then she's got a chance to apply bleeding. And that bleeding effect is gonna stack with similar effects. So if there's another hero out there with her like Dasha that does bleeding, or there's another hero with a master weapon that does bleeding, then this effect's gonna stack with it. So, and if I was gonna use emblems on her, like, she's definitely worthy of them. I still, as you can see, have not used very many of my emblems. I still don't know who they're going to go to yet, so I'm being picky with my emblems. But I would go down attack bonus side myself. If you do health and attack, like, I am a big believer in emphasizing what they already do, and she's a striker. She's a striking hero. She's specifically a sniper, and so I would want to emphasize that. And then the health bonus that would help along the way is awesome, because that would just give her that extra boost as well. So another 5% chance if you keep going down, 15. And then you got critical chance here, which is awesome. Double damage by 2%. And then add a critical chance weapon to that on offense. That's pretty good too. And then you got, I think that's 20 and then 25%. So, and then speed here. Alright, so charge bonus of speed increases that charge recovery by 2%. Well, that's pretty good. And then you actually take a look at her speed and its average. So if you were to put a speed weapon on her, the break point to get into fast is 58. So she would only need 6 speed points from a weapon to become a functionally fast hero. And that's awesome. That just makes her even more versatile. Because if you go, let's go in here. Now the master weapon event's on, so we can actually take a look at the master weapons. So I'm gonna do quite a few videos, I hope, while the master weapon event's on, so we can actually see them instead of me just listing them off. Alright, so this is 6 points. So she needs exactly that to get to 58 and make her fast. Now what that does is it's going to drop a tile off, so you only need to throw 9 tiles to charge her up instead of 10. So there you go. Pretty sweet bonus. And then you got the health, of course, which would add to her health points. So that's not a bad weapon for her on offense or defense, really, because on defense you would at least be able to take advantage of the health. Not necessarily speed, since no tiles are thrown, but you still get that health perk for her. Alright, so let's head up these guys and see what they can do. The Derringer I have in my arsenal already, so we can take a look at that later, but I don't have these 5-star ones, master weapons. So what does this one do for her? Well, that's a weapon perk of armor per turn. Not bad for defense. On offense, really, if you don't have any other speed weapons or that, you could certainly use this to help keep her alive longer. So that would be alright for her on defense. Let's see what this one could do. Oh, well, look at that. A venom. So she already poisons for 3 turns, and then this is going to stack for 2 more turns of another 70 damage over 2 more turns. That's pretty sweet. Not bad at all. Alright, now this one I do actually have in my arsenal, but since we're in here, I'll show this one. Weapon perk, bleed! Right on. So, I tend to put this one on her quite a bit. Or the critical chance weapon, which we'll get to. So, she bleeds. So, if she's paired up with somebody like Dasha that does bleeding, or another hero, like I said before, that happens to have a master weapon with bleed, this is all gonna stack. And on top of her poison, that's pretty cool. You can throw a lot of status ailments combinations with these master weapons and the different heroes. And then have the stacking perk on top of it is pretty cool. Okay. So, looks like that's it. It covered, I needed to see the 5 stars, really. And that's actually pretty cool that this timing works out for the master weapon event to be on. Okay. So let's cover the regular 5-star weapons. So there's an Inksplosion, which is resistance and charge. While that, I do believe, has enough charge. I think it has 9 charge on it. 7 or 9 on the Inksplosion, which is a regular 5-star weapon. So if you happen to get that, that will make her a faster hero on offense. Plus it has a resistance, which is okay. It's an okay perk. If you're against a team that's going to throw a lot of burn damage at you, that sort of thing, she can resist it with that. Now the other one is Bull Pup, and that is critical chance and health. So that's pretty cool. And for offense especially. And then if you do need it on defense, you've got the health points. And then you've got this one, which is armor damage, the bulldozer here. And you get the dodge. So good one for defense for sure with the dodge. Absolutely. Okay, so we covered the buffalo. That is the bleed master weapon. And the compact is health. So good one for defense. And then you got the viper, which is critical chance. So great for offense and putting up tile damage. There's another 4-star one the Anaconda is armor damage. I got rid of that weapon. Never ever used it, so I disassembled it. Alright, so let's run through a few of the 3 stars I have here. So, burn damage. This is a good one for her, too. And that's going to stack with somebody like Haruto or Hush that does burn damage as well. So that's a cool option. This is just plain armor damage. At some point I'll probably end up getting rid of that weapon too. I don't use it. And the sentry's not bad. If you're going to put her on defense, she'll get that health perk of 45. Alright, so that's a quick rundown of Lindsay as a zombie. So there's a lot of combinations you can do, right? With Lindsay, I find, because she's just got a heck of a handy special. And she does pair fairly well in a purple stack with this guy, because he's already fast charging, and then you've got the blinding, and then she can hit and do poison as well. So there's a few status ailments that these guys can throw as well. I find she's pretty effective with Talon as well, that does the minions that poison. And then Umbra as well. They're together in a stack quite a bit, and Umbra is a fun hero. So when I take on yellow war machines, those 4 are usually pretty standard with this guy for healing. So purple mono team there. But yeah, she's very, very effective across the board, and she's got decent stats. And even if you don't like that her health is a little bit low, you can make that a bit better by putting a health weapon on her. So there's lots of combinations that can make her even better than the A+ that she is. She is a heck of a handy hero. So yes, definitely level her up. Now this one's on 10 out of 10. What this one must be. Oh, she's only 8 out of 10, because I just don't have the epic skill books. Oh man, they are so hard to come by, which is fine, but she's at the top here. She's all maxed out for her special skill. So that Lindsay does a little bit more damage than this Lindsay will, because she's not quite. So she'll have, when I do get the skill books, I will max her skill out for sure, because she's just so handy and I use her all the time. So she will end up getting more damage to the target and more poison. So she's at 350 damage to the target since she's done, and poison damage at 240 in comparison to 340 and 210. So there you go. There's what the skill books do too. Okay, guys, I think that book covers it for Lindsay. So I will be back with more over this weekend, and it's awesome that the Master Weapon is on. So hope you guys are having fun with that event, and I will chat at you soon.